Many black sports writers share similar situations when it comes to sports coverage, especially when we're covering high school sports or any sport where you don't necessarily need a credential, and that credential identifies who you are and who you work for. I remember in the early 90s covering a high school tournament game, girls game actually, north of Grand Rapids. And soon as I walked into the gym, immediately I noticed that I looked different than everybody else there. So sometime between games, the game I was covering was later. So I often sit in the stands, watch the game, and just kind of get a feel of the atmosphere. Well, as I was sitting there, a gentleman looked over at me and he said, "Who are you scouting for?" Again, not thinking that I'm a sports writer. "Who are you scouting for?" And I said, "No, I'm not scouting anybody." And then he paused for a minute. I think he noticed my backpack. I had a pad and pen in hand. Still didn't think this was could be a sports writer. "So, are you a ref?" "Yeah, nope, I'm not a ref." So then he was sitting there puzzled again, trying to figure out who I was and why I was there. So then he looked at me again, and I don't remember what he guessed. And I said, "No," I said, "I'm actually here to see my daughter play." And he looked at me and he looked at the court and didn't see anybody black or of color on the court. And he turned red, and then he was quiet the rest of the game.